Hey everybody, so today I just wanted to go over some of the villains that I would like to see appear in the new upcoming Arkham game, which is meant to be released later this year. Now, one of the villains on this list has appeared in an Arkham game, or at least a few Arkham games before, but Batman has never really gone toe-to-toe or head-to-head with him, so I'm going to include them in this list, and I will talk about that later on in the video. So, let us start this video off with number 7, and number 7 is KG Beast. So, I'm actually a big fan of KG Beast. I really think that if they implemented him into an Arkham game, it could be sort of more of an Arkham Knight situation. Batman fighting him head to head, just not in the tanks. Please not in the tanks. So, he's a really well-armoured Batman villain, and he's a bit like Deadshot, using a wide variety of guns to take down his enemies. I think this would pose as a really big threat to Batman, especially if he's going to be trying to take down the Court of Owls. It could also pose a big threat to Robin, because KG Beast is also a Robin villain as well, so it could pose a threat to both of the dynamic duo if they are in the game. Batman is obviously going to be in the game, because it'll be a Batman game. I'm just not too sure on Robin yet. Anyway, KG Beast could be, like I said, another kind of Arkham Knight character, but I kind of see him being mixed with Arkham Knight and Prometheus. He poses a huge threat. He could have multiple missions. He could be a side mission, but I'd prefer him to have him in the story, maybe working with the Court of Owls instead of just being a side mission, a one-off thing where he beats him first time. Maybe you need to progress through the story to beat him multiple times. Maybe he keeps coming back until Batman just finally stops him, puts him away for good. Yeah, I'd really like to see him in this Arkham game. Let's get on to number 6, which is Maxi Zeus. So, this is a very interesting choice, and I actually haven't seen it on anybody else's lists. Tell me if it's on your list or he's on your list in the comments below. Now, we already do know he exists in the Arkhamverse because of the numerous amount of Easter eggs that we saw in Arkham City, and it would be just a really cool addition to the new Arkhamverse, or the expansion of the Arkhamverse roster. It would be really interesting to see how Batman uses his intellect and his gadgets to take someone down that is like Maxi Zeus. I could see the dual play features being involved in this, and it would just be a really interesting character to see. I really want him to be in this game. Coming in at number 5 is Calendar Man. So this is the person that I said was in previous Arkham games before, but he's never gone toe-to-toe with Batman, which is a real disappointment, but I think that they could do it in this game. I think it would be really cool to have it as a very detective style, maybe side mission. It would be really interesting to see how they would actually work with Calendar Man. Maybe, Calendar Man could leave clues that are tailored to holidays, that could be tailored to specific buildings in Gotham. I don't know, Warner Bros. Want to show, expand the Batman roster. Come on, we need to get Calendar Man in this game. He's a brilliant villain and deserves another shot. So, coming in at number 4 is another peculiar one, and it's Kite Man. Now, I kind of drew similarities to him with the whole Man-Bat side mission in Arkham Knight. This time, I'd rather Kite Man actually commit crimes. You and Robin have to track him down using all of your intellect and actually using different vehicles at your disposal to chase after him when he's trying to escape from you. It would be a really interesting thing to see, kind of like what they did with Firefly and Arkham Knight, but better. Have a dual place, you can switch from Robin to Batman, so if Batman's getting too far away, switch to Robin, who might be a little bit further on a different route towards Kite Man. He's a really interesting villain and actually deserves a big chance. I think he's very obscure and people don't really think of him much, which is a real shame because there's a lot of great Batman films and I've got a really good one coming up in a few points. But yeah, bring in Kite Man. So, coming in at number 3 is going to be the Ventriloquist. Now, we already know that he is established in the Arkhamverse, especially with Arkham Asylum and Arkham Knight, having Easter eggs towards him in the game, actually having a downright reference to him in Arkham Asylum when the Joker takes control of Scarface. I think it would be really interesting to see how he would be handled in an Arkham game, seeing how Batman would be taking him down, seeing how much of a threat he could be opposing to Batman. I think they could go with the whole Nightfall storyline, like the Ventriloquist and Scarface the Ventriloquist trying to track down Scarface. That would be really cool, and hurting whoever gets in his way. That would be really cool. Or maybe the Ventriloquist could partner up with someone, such as KG Beast, who is more brutal, more of a physical kind of guy that's taking down people in his way. They could be having an alliance. That would be really cool. I'd really like to see that. So yeah, bring in the Ventriloquist. I think it would be really interesting and be a very unique thing to see, especially in the Arkhamverse, which has a roster of unique villains. So you may not or may have guessed it, but I want the Condiment King in this game. Now, I'm actually quite a big fan of the Condiment King. He was brilliant in the animated series and the comics following that from 1992. Why not have him in it? Have a really silly story or a really silly side mission which has him in it. He's just committing random crimes over the city, just doing his own thing with his mustard and ketchup blasters. He doesn't have to have a motive. He can just be a pain in Batman's backside for the rest of the night or the duration of where the game takes place. It'd be really cool to have him, and it would be really funny, and I think it would actually make a lot of Batman fans pleased. It would show that Warner Bros. Montreal has a sense of humour. So, do this if you want to win the fans on your side, because who does not love the Condiment King? And lastly, coming in at number 1 is going to be Ratcatcher. So he has been referenced in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Why not have him in the game? He is obviously in the Arkhamverse, taking place from after the events of Arkham Origins to the events of Arkham Asylum. Because he's real, he's in the Arkhamverse, and we haven't seen him in any of the games yet, meaning that he is in that time span between Arkham Origins and Asylum. So he does exist. Take advantage of this. He's actually a brilliant villain, one of my favourite Batman villains of all time. He's very obscure, no one really knows about him, and I really love him in this game. Imagine having to solve a crime, seeing there's a spree of rats coming down going down an alleyway, going down a manhole. They're like, maybe the Ratcatcher can be controlling them, telling them to do his bidding, kind of like with Baxter Stockman in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and kind of like that Amazing Spider-Man level in the Amazing Spider-Man video game for the PS3 and Xbox, where you see all the rats going down the street. It could be like that. Batman has to follow them. He has to solve numerous clues or crimes that lead back to the Ratcatcher. Make a big storyline. I really like this character, and it would be a really big loss if they didn't use him, but keep him as a secret character. Keep him as you don't know he's in it until you play the game. Kind of like with Professor Pig. That was such a huge surprise because I love Professor Pig so much. So do that with the Ratcatcher. And yeah, I think he'd be a brilliant villain. Add him in Warner Bros. Montreal. Add him in. So, if you want me to make a second part to this video, then please do say it in the comments below. I'll also be holding a poll in the top right hand corner. Just pick one of the ones in the videos you'd like to see me do in the future, because I'm kind of varying on what I should do in the future. I still want to do Arkham videos, but if you don't want to see me do Arkham videos anymore, then put it in the poll. Alright, just do it. But yeah, tell me what villains you would like to see. Any obscure ones or returning ones? I will be making a video in the future about returning villains I'd like to see, like I've already said. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!